Hi, I'm Scott Stein, and I'm here to talk about when iPad accessories go horribly wrong. That's right, for all the sleekness that is an iPad, there are a lot of big bulky accessories that you just don't need. And unfortunately, Discovery Bay Games has two of them, the Duo Gamer and the Duo Pinball. What do you need these for? Well, one plays pinball, one is a game controller, one of them only works with one app, the other one only works with 5 games. One costs $80, one costs $60. This is a lot of money to pay, and frankly, it's just not worth it. But let's go down with each one of them and talk about why it's not worth it. The Duo Gamer is at first something I thought I was going to be really excited about. It's a game controller for the iPad. Now, I've really been waiting for one of these. How could it possibly go wrong? Well, first of all, it's $80. That's $20 more than you'd pay for an Xbox 360 controller or a PlayStation 3 controller. And Discovery Bay Games controller does not feel very good. This feels kind of like something you'd find at maybe a third-party knockoff. Worse than that, feels very hollow and stiff, but it does have dual analog pads. Sounds great, right? Well, what can you use this with? You can only use it with a select collection of Gameloft games. What? Well, Discovery Bay claims that this may be the way that accessories have to work with apps in the App Store. Nevertheless, you want something like this to be universal. You want this thing to work with as many games as possible. It does work with the iPhone, and I actually connected an iPhone 5 and played Asphalt 7 on it. That's fun, but ridiculous. I mean, this thing is so much larger than an iPhone. It looks like an iPhone could actually fit inside. And it runs off of 2 AA batteries that come included. Pairs simply via Bluetooth, comes with this little stand, but for $80, I mean, you don't need this. And that brings us to the Duo Pinball. Now, I love pinball, and I love pinball apps. I love pinball apps on the iPad. Why wouldn't I like the Duo Pinball? Well, it only works with one app, or one collection of apps, Pinball Collection HD by GameProm. It's a great collection of pinball games. It's 11 games in there, but there are a lot of pinball apps on the App Store. And also, pinball is already a pretty small subset of gaming, and to have it be one app amongst many apps really limits what this is going to be used for. And it does work reasonably well, but there is a bit of a delay because of Bluetooth, so it's not quite as lightning quick as you'd expect. And here's the thing, if you're going to play pinball games on an iPad, you can tap on the screen with your fingers. It's really not that hard. Of all the games out there that are hindered by going to a touchscreen, pinball is definitely not one of them. Now, as a novelty gift, maybe as a $10, $15 item that came with a bunch of pinball games, like classic games, like Midway, Bally games, I could see this being something that might be fun to get somebody. But for $60 and not being compatible with some of the great titles out there like Pinball Arcade, and the fact that it feels kind of weird, strange construction, you don't want this, and nobody really wants this peripheral. Oh, what could have been? Duo Gamer, Duo Pinball. What if these things were compatible with more games? And when you consider $80 and $60 equals $140, is $60 less than the entry-level price of an iPhone 5? Well, what are you spending money on these things for? I'm Scott Stein, and that's a look at some of the accessories I wouldn't buy.